What's the most corrupt awards ceremony you've attended where everyone knew it? Brigade Awards ceremony, June 2019. The whole battalion crammed into this stuffy auditorium. Air conditioning barely working, everyone sweating through their dress uniforms. We were there to watch Command Sergeant Major Vincent Baxter receive the Bronze Star, third highest military decoration you can get. Supposed to be for heroic achievement in combat. Problem was, Baxter never saw combat. Not once in his 20-year career. Spent his entire deployment at headquarters 3 miles from any actual fighting. My squad had been in daily firefights for 7 months. Lost 2 guys, carried wounded through ambush zones. Real combat, the kind that gives you nightmares. None of us got medals, but Baxter got a Bronze Star. I was sitting next to my friend Curtis. He leaned over and whispered, "This is complete garbage." The citation was being read aloud. For exceptionally meritorious service while deployed in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. In support of. Those 3 words were doing a lot of heavy lifting. Turns out Baxter had written his own citation. Just needed the brigade commander to sign it. Colonel Preston Reed was 2 months from retirement, didn't want any drama, signed whatever crossed his desk. The applause was pathetic. Slow, reluctant clapping. Everyone knew this was wrong, but nobody was going to say anything. Baxter walked up to receive his medal, big smile on his face, shook hands with Reed, posed for photos like he'd actually earned it. I felt my jaw clenching. Curtis put his hand on my shoulder. "Let it go, man. Not worth it." But I couldn't let it go. My friend Wade had died pulling civilians out of a burning building, saved 4 lives, got nothing but a form letter sent to his parents. Wade was dead. Baxter got a Bronze Star for managing spreadsheets. After the ceremony, there was a reception. Cheap cookies and watered-down punch. Baxter was holding court, telling war stories he'd heard from other people. I grabbed a cookie and started to leave. That's when I saw Specialist Nolan Kemp walking straight toward Baxter. Nolan had been Wade's best friend, lost his left hand in the same explosion that killed Wade, still wore his prosthetic like a badge of honor. He walked right up to Baxter. The room got quiet. Everyone sensed something was about to happen. "Congratulations on your Bronze Star, Sergeant Major," Nolan said. His voice was perfectly calm. Baxter smiled. "Thank you, son. Proud to serve. Can I ask what you did to earn it, sir? Specifically?" The smile faltered. "Well, I coordinated logistics operations, kept the supply chain running. Critical work." "Right, critical work," Nolan nodded. "My friend Wade pulled 4 civilians from a burning building under enemy fire. Died doing it. What did he get?" Baxter's face went red. "I don't appreciate your tone, Specialist." "I don't appreciate stolen valor, Sergeant Major." The room went dead silent. You could hear people breathing. Reed stepped between them. "That's enough, Specialist Kemp. You're dismissed." Nolan didn't move, just stared at Baxter. "Everyone in this room knows you didn't earn that medal. Everyone." Security escorted Nolan out. He didn't resist, just walked out with his head high. I thought that was the end of it. Figured Nolan would get Article 15, maybe worse. But something strange happened. The next day, an anonymous email went to every major military news outlet. Contained Baxter's complete service record. Every assignment, every deployment, every award. Showed exactly how many days he'd spent in actual combat zones. 0. Showed who wrote his Bronze Star citation. Himself. The story went viral. Rear Echelon Hero Awarded Combat Medal was the headline on Military Times. Pentagon launched an investigation, reviewed every award Baxter had ever received. Turns out the Bronze Star wasn't his first fraudulent medal. 3 weeks later, Baxter was forced to retire. Lost 2 ranks. Had to return multiple medals, including the Bronze Star. Reed also retired early, under a cloud of shame for signing off on the citation. The investigation expanded. They reviewed awards across the entire brigade, found dozens of questionable medals given to senior officers who never saw combat. All of them got revoked. 6 months later, our battalion held another awards ceremony, this time for real heroes. Wade got his Bronze Star posthumously. His mom accepted it. She was crying. So was everyone else in that room. Nolan received a commendation for integrity. Turns out he was the one who sent that anonymous email. Used his personal laptop, routed it through 5 different servers. The investigator told him privately they knew it was him, but they weren't going to do anything about it. Sometimes breaking the rules is the right thing to do. At the reception afterward, Nolan stood next to Wade's photo holding his prosthetic hand up in salute. Curtis walked over to him. "You know you could have gotten court-martialed for that email." Nolan shrugged. "Wade would have done it for me." 2 years later, the Army completely reformed their awards process. Now every combat medal requires 3 independent verifications and command review. They call it the Baxter Protocol, named after the scandal, not the man. Last I heard, Baxter works at a car wash in Tennessee. Someone recognized him once, asked about his military service. He said he'd rather not talk about it.